Other bastard children do you have?
Is what?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
Is what?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
Is what?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
Is what?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
Is what?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
Is what?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
It's what?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
It's what?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
It's what?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
It's what?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
What's up? What's up? Welcome to the show, man. JP, JQ, what it do? What it do? What it do? Keno, big homie Coop, Birdman, KB, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. I know y'all watching the game simultaneously. Listen to me. I want to say thank you. They playing baseball in Denver, man. They playing baseball, man. And pretty extended topic tonight. So I know it's gonna be well opinionated, man. Yeah, man. So let's start with Friday night. Shakur Stevenson won. I didn't watch the fight. Dre and I went out. We actually went to go see Life Jennings. If you guys ain't seen him live, then I suggest that you do, man. Man, he's pretty dope performer live. And so the conclusion of that fight, I like the fact that he called out. I'm not necessarily he called him out, but he wants the guy with the best belts. But what I want to say about this is, I believe we got to change our mindset from just wanting to be a great employee, whether you want to be a great fighter, whether you want to be a great school teacher for a school district, whether you want to be a great nurse in a hospital, and so on and so forth. We got to get out of the mindset that there's life outside of having your best job in the whole wide world. There's elevation there. And what I noticed is the immediate conversation was, who gonna win? Devin, and Shakur. I'm like, that should not be the conversation. The conversation should be, man, let's take control of this market space. But they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. They're gonna remain high priced and high paid, high earning employees. Go from promotional company to promotional company and not betting on themselves. And that's just, they're gonna buy more jewelry, more cars. They'll be famous. And when they 37, 38, the statistics say that they will be in a declining state economically. And that's typically the reality of these fighters. I think that I know that that these three young, highly talented Black men will willfully be under the thumb of Top Rank and PBC. And but they're gonna come out and say, "Oh, I'm a boss. I'm this. I'm that." No, you're an employee of PBC. You're an employee of Top Rank. That's it. Oh, they do what I tell them to do. Oh, they do? Oh, okay. So pick your next opponent. Let me tell you something. If ESPN is putting up the money, you're gonna do what they tell you to do. If CBS is putting up the money, you're gonna do what they tell you to do. And that's just it. I was watching something today, which I thought was a excellent conversation. I didn't know. I just got a notification that the Boxing Voice was on, and I didn't know what it was, but I just clicked it on because I didn't feel like listening to. It was a blowout in the game, so I didn't really feel like. I forget who was it. It was a San Diego. In my region, I had the San Diego Chargers game, and so I decided to click on the Boxing Voice, and they had Sean Porter and the gentleman name is Ant, and they had Danny and what's his name? Ness, Danny and Ness, right? And I was watching it, and I think I watched like 30 minutes of it. And the conversation somehow got on Al Heyman. And Sean avoided that topic by saying, "You trying to get me in trouble?" I'm like, yo, how come y'all can't talk about this man? Jose Benavidez last week, Sean Porter this today. I'm like, dude, y'all own men at this point. You're retired, Sean. He don't owe you nothing. Or maybe you got some deferred payments. I don't know. But I'm like, damn. I'm like, yo, y'all got to go watch that episode. Y'all don't believe. I thought it was a great conversation. I actually, I'm gonna keep it I actually enjoyed Sean and Ant. I enjoyed that conversation. You know, I had my football game on mute, and I sat and I listened to it. But in that, I'm like, what the hell? What type of power and or control does this man have over all those fighters that they afraid to say his name? How the hell you got 2 or 3 kids? I'm talking about the whole conglomerate. Everybody got kids. Everybody say they're a boss. But you can't say Al Heyman's name. If you say it, I mean, it's like saying the boogeyman, Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary. Like, you can't even say it. That is too much control. That's too much, man. I wish I would have clipped it. Let me see if I can find that shit. But anyways, I'll find it when someone beams in. And then, right combo, I appreciate that. And I didn't get a chance. Oh, Sean's dad still work without him, so they got the relationship. So maybe they got some fighters coming through the pipes. But I didn't see the whole. You're responding to that, Mr. LDBC. I didn't see the whole video, but if I saw like 10 minutes of Boo Bud's live, and Boo Bud said he got it from Terrence, and Terrence didn't rebuttal him. So I don't know where that comment, Boo Bud, because he has fake hair. Boo Bud ain't got no fake hair. That's his hair. Why do people think Boo Bud got fake hair? That's his hair. To my knowledge, he's like, because he wears a hat. Y'all think he's bald. He ain't bald. Boo Bud got a full blown flat top. So it's just what I say. It's just what I see. You know what I mean? So, but getting back to facts. Yeah, it do seem like AB is the only man with nuts, man. Niggas are cowards, man. Listen, I'm gonna find it when someone calls in, and then too, I gotta play this shit. This shit is fucking unfucking believable. I don't know if it was a prank or if it was real, but you don't play with a man's integrity or you don't play with your self-respect, especially when the world is watching. Maybe when you're playing with your daughter, but then I even teach Lincoln that stuff. Hey, you don't do that. You don't do that. You don't come up from behind a man and hug him. I teach him that because sometimes Lincoln be coming up from behind me, and I said, Lincoln, you can't do that in public, because I see him doing it to his classmates, and I said, Lincoln, you can't do that. Like you can't run up behind a young man, but that's little boys playing, but still, and he stopped doing it, but this shit is unbelievable. Let me catch y'all up to speed, man. When I say this is utterly disgusting, dog. I mean, this is top 5. This is literally top 5 in my life. This is top 5 in my life that I've seen. Top 5. Number 1 will forever be Floyd and his dad. Not because it's Floyd, but I've never seen nothing like that. To go above and beyond to disrespect the man that created you on a platform like that. But I need y'all to see this.
Well, that's interesting.
Damn. And he picked him up. Man, I don't know what's in. I don't know what's in y'all subservient water y'all be drinking, dog. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know what y'all niggas be thinking, but that shit is man. Dog. I don't get it, man. I don't get how y'all just allow this shit to happen to y'all. Now that shit wasn't fake because people apologize. It wasn't fake. Shit ain't fake. And then to me, if it's fake, it's worse. It's like a man putting on a dress. Oh, it was fake. It was so you can laugh. Or Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears with a naked boy. Oh, it was fake. It was for this. Will Smith kissing a man in the movie. What? Huh? Real or fake? You don't play like that. Y'all do anything for money. Y'all niggas will be gay in prison. 1,000%. 1,000%. Yeah, man. Facts. Floyd would do anything for money. Floyd might be gay in jail. You know what I mean? Because they'll get tired of, hey, man, I'll take care of you. Nah, man. I mean, like, Floyd got a price tag on his head. Floyd conned y'all into the cryptocurrency. Floyd tell y'all he robbing the bank. Y'all still order the pay-per-views. Y'all suckers, man. Y'all suckers. And Floyd is a sucker because at the end of the day, you don't sit there and allow another man to do this to you, man. Your kids are watching. I'm always cognizant of the public presentation of myself, because I have kids. I'm cognizant of it, and I'm always under the assumption somebody's recording me, even if I'm by myself. I'm like, there's a camera somewhere in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, it's 2022. And we would do anything for money. And there's a lot of men that watch that, man. Floyd got the bag, man. Man, y'all would have did it too. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. Not at all. And it's just pathetic, man. It's just outright pathetic that these, oh my gosh. The level of lack of self-respect and self-dignity is at an all-time high. Y'all niggas can run all those miles. Y'all niggas can have all these kids. I'm talking to the civilians. Y'all have all these kids. Y'all got 3 kids at home right now. And you allow a man to, you would, the thought to even say, oh yeah, let's do it like this, man. The fact that you would think that, and all these fighters that say, oh, I want to be like Floyd Mayweather. That means you would do it for money too. It got to get to a point where instead of being disrespected, we take control and dictate the respect that we give out the respect. You know what I mean? And I think that no, I didn't let him. I didn't let him. I definitely didn't let him. But yeah, I did he catch that? Or bobble it? He caught it. But I think that it's the reason why is because that sets the precedence for you. Y'all don't understand it. But when they disrespect men who are believed to be in higher standard, you can't be treated higher. And then y'all say, what would I do? I wouldn't be in that position. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not chasing money, y'all. I mean, y'all should know that about me by now. I give up hundreds of thousands of dollars every year to pick up my kids at 2:30, 2 o'clock every day. I gave up $100,000 a year covering boxing for what I believed in. What would Fred do? Are y'all retarded? Are you fucking stupid? What would Fred do? Nigga, I've shown y'all. I've shown y'all over the years. Big old 5'8" Who are you? You're a real person? You gotta show me you're a real person. And but the lack of, we ain't there. We ain't there. All right, I got you. All right, go ahead, man.
Hey, salute, Fred. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, brother?
I'm all good. Yeah, I just was like I was just interested in the perspective that you had on Floyd saying that he took disrespect by picking those flowers up, like, you know what I'm saying, the guy throwing the flowers at his feet. And I can understand I can understand that perspective, but the way that I kind of perceive it is that they look at Floyd as being disrespectful towards their people by having the mindset that there is no possible way that any of those fighters in that nation could possibly ever defeat him in boxing. Like I believe that Floyd is being even more disrespectful to them as a culture and a nation of people by, you know what I'm saying, making statements like, you guys, like, this is easy money. This is I'm robbing the people, robbing the bank. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I look at that, and that might be a possible way why the Japanese individual maybe threw those flowers at his feet because of the disrespect of Floyd Mayweather coming over there robbing those individuals. You know, that was just pretty much my take on this situation.
Yeah. That sounds like a justification in your mind. We claim that, whoa, man, I'm this, I'm that. But we justify disrespect. I don't give a fuck if it's $1 or $1 million. Y'all motherfuckers quantify respect and disrespect by how much money is on the line. Floyd is pimping your black ass. Do you guys understand that shit? He is pimping you. He doesn't respect you. He's not in the community. He's at the Louis Vuitton store spending your money.
Yeah, I would never pay for any of those fights, mind you. Like, I think that would be foolish for anybody to pay for any of those exhibition fights. 100%. I believe that would be completely foolish. But it's not, I don't perceive it as a justification aspect. I just see it as, like, when the individual states clearly that I'm robbing the bank, that says something. What he's saying is that I'm making this very easy money. These Japanese fighters don't have a chance in hell of defeating me in anything. I'm better than all these. He's basically stating that he's better than all these guys that they have. They don't have a fighter in Japan that they can offer that can come close to defeating him. They can put up their best champions, and none of them would have a chance in hell of defeating him. And I think just man versus man type situations, I believe that, you know, he's kind of spin in the culture of those people face, and I believe that they kind of perceive that, and that might be a possible reason why the guy kind of threw those flowers at his feet. Like, if you ever saw that the movie Ip Man, where the Englishmen went over to their country. The English boxer in the movie Ip Man, I believe it was like the second or the third one, and they went over to China. It was during the time of British colonization in the Chinese area, and they had it just depicted a boxer, an American boxer, going over there, and he was just overwhelming and disrespecting all of the Chinese people. Like, oh, these people are completely weak and feeble, and it's no possible way any of these weak individuals could possibly defeat us. Like, we're better people. And that's kind of the way that I perceive that Floyd is carrying himself towards those individuals over there in Japan and China, or whichever one of those countries he's fighting in.
I don't know how you want me to respond to that.
It's just a statement. You don't even have to respond. It's a statement. It's just a statement, and that's just the way that I perceive it.
Nah, it's disrespect. It's
I understand it. I saw it, but I look at it. I just see it. I just see it as that way, as well as Floyd also himself is being disrespectful towards those individuals.
Yeah, it's cumulative. Like, it's not just he's being disrespectful. So he's being disrespectful to the people that buy his TMT hats. He was disrespectful to everybody that bought the pay-per-view when he had the ski mask on. He's just overly disrespectful, man.
100%.
And enough is enough. Enough is enough, man. it's too much.
Yeah, I
And
think he would be crazy to buy those fights, any of those Floyd fights.
and then when you don't have a backbone when someone disrespects you, because what he's gonna say when someone disrespects him, he's gonna say, I don't know why people disrespect me, man. I bleed the red, white, and blue. It's my own people. It's man, it's so I
Yeah, but that's what's up though, Fred, man. That's all I wanted to say, man. I just want to share that.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, sir.
All right, all the time, dog. Yep. What's up, Zoe?
What's going on with you, Fred, man? How was your Sunday?
Hey, it's going well. Yourself?
Oh man, it was all right, laid back. Yeah, I seen that, man. I seen the dude, the guy throw the flowers at his feet, man. I want to hold off because another content creator, he was saying it was racism, but I didn't know what had happened at the time. And then like I know the what's his name? What's the guy name? Niami Ahua Ayoa or something like that.
The fighter.
Yeah, he came out and said something, I believe, on Twitter. And then I seen another gentleman about asked a Japanese person. He was saying some things because he said that's very highly disrespectful in their culture to do something like that. So I kind of want to wait to maybe if the guy gonna come out and say why he did it or maybe come out because they was the only thing I seen. They said that he it was something about the time, that he had made the people wait an hour and something else. And then they was saying that one of Mayweather's bodyguards had pushed the other fighter or something at the weigh-in or something. So like I said, it's everything is speculation right now. So I don't know exactly what Mayweather could have done to trigger old dude. I don't even know who the gentleman was. I think they said he was a organizer. A boxing organizer, so I'm not exactly sure what he's doing because what the last gentleman was saying, I don't think that's necessarily true because sometimes people that are very popular here in popular culture, you go over there to Japan and you'll be very big, even if you have a big presence on like YouTube, social media, TikTok, these things. So, when you go over there, he's selling out, selling out arenas and Mayweather's popular over there in the country that they invite you to. So I don't know exactly what might have happened. They was saying that might have happened, but I don't know, man. That look personal, so you don't know if, because another I won't say his name on your show, but another content creator.
Say his name, no big deal.
K9 Boxing.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
Cornelius.
Oh, Cornelius Smith, YouTube channel. Okay, congratulations. Okay.
Yeah. He was saying that he was at a fight and he said everybody knows who his wife is. Mm-hmm. And he told a story. He said gonna tell the story at a later time. He said the story that Mayweather had did something extremely disrespectful, to his wife, and not, people asked the question, well, did he know that was your wife? He was like, yeah, he know that's my wife. And he went and tried to do some little stuff behind my back, and he gonna see me and dab me up, and then when I go get ready and this and third, he gonna try to do, go and talk to my wife and all this stuff. So he said he did some very disrespectful stuff to his wife. So I don't know what Mayweather possibly could have done, and I'm not even gonna say that he did it wasn't just some nonsense on their side, but usually the Japanese people are very hospitable, respectful people, but so it just could have been some miscommunication or something that happened. I definitely wouldn't have picked them flowers up though. Hell no. I definitely would have did that. But yeah, it was crazy, man. That was real. That was something very personal.
Yeah, and it couldn't have been that bad because he had a fighter on the card. He had his bodyguard.
Oh, he said his bodyguard was on the card?
Yeah, his bodyguard fought.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm not sure what that could have been.
Yeah. His bodyguard is, man. It's at the end of the day, it was disrespectful. and the man accepted the disrespect.
Yeah, well, you know, Mayweather, anything for a dollar, man. When what's the name said the dance for me, boy, I was like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, you know, Mayweather, when they come to that almighty dollar, Mayweather ain't gonna, you know, he ain't gonna budge. You know, it's about getting the money.
Yeah, like I told you guys few years back, I said he on his Jesse Owens tour. You know, I mean, he gonna be disrespected. I mean, it's not gonna work, man. To be worth that money. Man, he should be building. He should be building. He should be fighting on his own cards in Las Vegas, man. Pumping up his for his other fighters, man. Putting on the card for his other fighters, and he be the main event. You know, why don't he do stuff like that? If he want to do exhibitions, but he want the money.
Yeah, it's all about the money. I guess he could go over there and get. I guess they would give him about $5 to $10 million a fight or something like that.
I don't know what they paying, but is nothing is worth that. Nothing is worth that.
Yeah, he got me. Yeah, dude, threw the flowers at his feet and stared him down. So
yeah,
that was something personal. Yeah, so I'm hoping that that comes out, man. I'm hoping that situation, it comes out what that was about. Maybe it might not though, but he'd definitely go back up there. Go back over to Japan. He
gonna go where the money's at. Oh, he gonna go. He definitely gonna go where the money's at. No doubt about it.
Yeah, because shoot, if he could get like another MMA star fighter or something like that, they definitely gonna do it. And I seen Pacquiao was there, but I'm like, man, this dude, he ain't took his ski mask off yet in the world of boxing, man.
Japan probably paid a pretty penny this weekend, man. They'll probably do a Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao exhibition. You know what I mean? And they'll get paid. But I wouldn't step foot in that country again. I wouldn't.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was surprised. Pick the flowers up. I was like, wow, hell no. Nah, it ain't even gonna happen.
That was different. That was different. That was different.
Yeah, but I won't talk you to death, man. I tap back in, listen to the show.
No, I appreciate you though. Thank you, man.
Oh.
All right, one. And what are your thoughts on Shakur? Shakur. I mean, this is me being wishful thinking. But imagine if Shakur, Tank, and Devin said, you know what? We gonna run this shit. That's what I wish would happen, and some of you DM me actually today. No, someone DM me today, not some people, someone. And he asked me about Shakur with his Puerto Rican flag. I have no opinion on it. I'm being honest. I have no opinion on it. I had a chance to look at it. If he wants to acknowledge himself as Puerto Rican, he has every right to. You know what I mean? What's up, KB? I have no qualms with it. But that's how you're gonna identify yourself, and that's it. I'm cool with it. What's up, KB?
What up, Fred?
Hey, how you feel?
Man, ain't no way in the hell I would have picked them flowers up. Man, fuck no. Dude, them flowers would have been laying there, nigga, boy, like whenever the match had started, like, dude, somebody else would have had to come and pick them damn flowers up. One of them Japanese people or something, but ain't no way in the hell I'm picking them bitches up.
Right.
Hell no. Hey, yo, and didn't Floyd say, he said, damn, what'd he say? He said if he was back in the 70s, that he would have been Muhammad Ali. Ain't no way in the hell Muhammad Ali would have picked them damn flowers up.
No, he wouldn't have.
Muhammad Ali would have probably had just left. Like, he's like, man, you know what? Fuck this. You
Not
know?
only would he may have left, but at the end of the fight, he would have addressed it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because maybe you got to still think about the people that came with you that are in the stands, stuff like that.
Well,
So you
yeah.
got to be a whole thinker. But he just said, "Oh yes, sir, yes, sir. Oh yes."
Dude, like I was sitting there watching it, right? Because I'm not paying for that shit. Like I was I was
you was
streaming
watching?
it or
Okay,
whatever.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. Dude, I seen that shit. Like, and I had a female with me too, and she was like, and we was just sitting there looking at TV, and she was like, you know what, like, and she was like, yo, I know damn well that he did not just pick up them damn flowers. I'm looking at the TV like, oh shit, oh hell no, ain't no way, boy, ain't no way. But that's my call though, Fred. I'm out, bro.
Oh, I appreciate you, KB. Yeah, man. It's I don't understand it. Floyd wouldn't have been Floyd would have been as George Foreman. That's who he would have been, Big George Foreman. You know what I mean? He was the most hated American in 68. Was it 68? Yeah, 68 for sure. And that's who he is today. Just how he never came back to the middle when his career is over. Come back to the middle. Help your community. Why don't he just put a Louis Vuitton store in his house? Why don't they just mail him all the new stuff every season? Why go to the store and go shopping? If you're a billionaire, you say, right? And no way, he's not a billionaire though. But the point I'm making is he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. The point I'm making, if that rich, why go to the store? Oh man. I mean, Floyd is not getting what he say he's getting for these fights, but we'll never know. He's probably making $2 or $3 million, somewhere in there. But he's not getting 20 million for this fight, man. The fight don't even generate $20 million. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got to do the common sense math. It ain't generating 20, so you ain't getting 20, so but I didn't see Leonard Ellaby there. So maybe Leonard so I guess Leonard Ellaby didn't promote this fight. I mean, Leonard Ellaby waiting on Tank. We gotta get this money off of Tank, man. Man, we gotta get this Tank money. Yeah, 2 million, no way, man. Like, I mean, it's just no way. It's just no way he's making that. He got that money. No way. Impossible. Yeah, the Puerto Rican flag, but that's how he want to identify himself. He can't come back. You understand? Like, that's how he wants to identify himself. He don't want the Shakur don't want the Shakur doesn't want the burden of being a black fighter. He don't want it. He's Puerto Rican. And he's going to try and sell that. And it ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. And then when he comes back, I'm going to be like, nah, nigga, you Puerto Rican. You speak Spanish and everything. Like, I'm going to honor that because I would love to go in on him. But this is like the 4th or 5th time he's done it. So he say he's Puerto Rican. He's Puerto Rican. And when he gets, man, they're trying to hold the black. No, you're Puerto Rican, dude. You need to go holler at Tito Trinidad. You need to go holler at Cotto. Jay Prince, he's Puerto Rican. He ain't black, he's Puerto Rican. So, and that's just the reality of this thing, man, And He's Puerto Rican. But I'm willing to bet when he's in Newark, he's black. I don't want Shakur saying nigga anymore. Shakur can't say nigga anymore. He's Puerto Rican. Man, I'm not. I'm joking, man. But I'm just saying, man. Like Shakur. When I asked Bob, I'm like, "Are y'all going to promote him as a Puerto Rican? Is he going to fight in June?" I guess he's going to fight for the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Top Rank is the only company that does it, right? You know, so no, he identifies as Puerto Rican, dog, and he's done it multiple times. That's what he identifies as. That's oh shit. What's up, man? What's up, man?
Fred, what's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing? I appreciate you beaming in.
Yeah, man. I'm in the house finna get ready to turn it in. I ain't gonna stay long.
Oh,
I was just chiming in on what you was talking about as it relates to the Floyd.
Yeah.
With the disrespect.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be as honest as objective with you as possible. I kind of agree with what the caller said, the one that called earlier that said that, you know, a lot of stuff that Floyd did over there was disrespectful himself, right?
Right.
So if you want respect, you got to give respect. Floyd is, you know, he's known for being very braggadocious. You know, I don't give a damn about the people, legal bank robbery, and that's fine. If that's what he wants to do, so be it. He has the right to do that. The guy threw the flowers at his feet. I'm not mad at it. You know, I'm not mad at the guy threw flowers at his feet. I don't take it no kind of way. You want to know why? Because Floyd didn't take it no kind of way. It's like me getting upset. You know what I mean? Like if it didn't bother Floyd, if he didn't care, why should I care? You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, and apparently they feel like they can do that to him. If it's, you know, I don't look at it as racism or nothing like that. I look at it as, you know, they did disrespect Floyd, but Floyd was very, very disrespectful himself. And if you want respect, you got to give respect. So even if you was to say, okay, man, what they did was very disrespectful and it was very racist what they did to him, what you gonna do about it? Nothing. You ain't gonna do shit about it. Floyd didn't do nothing about it. What did Floyd do? He bent over, he picked the flowers up. So that tells you everything you need to know. If he bent over, picked the flowers up, and it's not a big deal to him, and he said, well, I'm fixing to go to the store and do me some shopping. Why am I going to get mad when the guy who got disrespected, he's not upset about it? And he's throwing it back in my face by saying, yeah, I got paid. I got mine. You need to get yours. Don't worry about me. I looked at all of the videos that they've been posting on Twitter. And this is what he's saying. Don't worry about me. Y'all worried about the wrong thing. I'm fixing to go. What time it is? Oh, it's time for me to go shopping.
Oh, he said that.
Yeah, he said that. It's a bunch of videos on Twitter. You're not on Twitter, Fred. But
no, I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff he say on there. I'm fixing to go shopping and all of this stuff there. So, I mean, it is what it is. You know, I didn't, you know, this ain't no Black Lives Matter moment.
No,
no, I'm not saying you're saying that, but, you know, there's some people that, you know, we got the march and rally, you know, all this crazy stuff. Nah, the nigga went over there. The Japanese paid this nigga millions of dollars or however he got paid to go put on a stage fight, you know, whatever the case may be. He said some slick stuff out of his mouth. At the end, the guy threw flowers at his feet. I'm saying leading up to the fight, the guy threw flowers at his feet. He picked it up. He picked it up like a boy. That's what he did. So if he don't have a problem with it, I don't have a problem with it. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, no one is going to do anything about it anyways.
Right.
Talk about it. Oh man, that meant what they did to Floyd. And what we gonna do, Floyd? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to the Gucci store and I'm gonna buy me some more Gucci wear. I'm gonna buy me another car, a watch. And you broke ass niggas, you know, y'all gonna be back to doing what y'all doing, watching me. So I can't cry out for someone like that, and I won't. If a man is not gonna fight for himself, then who am I to fight for him? So it is what it is. I didn't take it no kind of way, to be honest with you. I didn't take it no kind of way, to be honest with you. I'm like, hey man, if, you know, No, I do see it from your angle. That was very disrespectful. When I did see that, I did think it was disrespect. But what was even more disrespectful was the fact that Floyd bent over and picked the flowers up.
I didn't like that, man. That man, and that's what I want to lead to is that how he has disrespected them, us, we as a collective. I'm talking about the boxing community.
Right.
Just steady support ignorance, man. They support being disrespected.
Yeah. Because it's for the money, so it's like, hey man, I'm getting paid. Yeah. Y'all laughing at me because I'm wearing a dress, but at least I'm getting paid. Yeah, you laughing at me because I'm playing a certain role, but at least I'm getting paid. So as long as the ends justify the means to that individual, it doesn't matter how it looks from a global scale. You get what I'm saying? So, or even a cultural scale from that person's country. I mean, again, I don't see no one really going to cry out for Floyd Mayweather. No. I mean, his diehard fans who, oh man, it messed up what they did to Floyd and yada yada yada, and it's the same old. Okay, this is what they did to us. Okay, so what you gonna do about it? Oh, I ain't gonna do nothing about it. I'm just gonna complain like I always complain.
Right.
And that's about it. Just a bunch of complaining. Ain't nothing gonna happen. Not gonna do anything. Floyd doesn't have a problem with it. I just saw him counting money, bragging about what he made. So you get what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah. No, I understand your perspective. For real, I understand your perspective. Right. And just to piggyback off of your perspective is we as a collective got to stop accepting being disrespected. Got to stop just saying, hey, I'm going to support this guy because he has this, but he has no respect for me, but I'm going to support him because that's what status quo say do.
No, I totally agree with you. It's like, bruh, over the years, and I like Floyd as a boxer, but over the years, he has been one of the most disrespectful people to blacks. Just as, the arrogance, the what's the word I'm looking for? The narcissism.
Yeah.
That's just who he is.
Right.
And it's hard for me to look at Floyd Mayweather as a victim. I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but I'm saying some of the people, content creators who putting stuff out there, it's hard for me to look at him as a victim of racism. You know what I mean? No, that ain't. No, I mean, that ain't. He's not a victim of racism. That's not even like. I think that's kind of reaching. It's like, is it disrespectful? Was he disrespected? Yes, he was definitely disrespected. But what was even more disrespectful was the actions after the disrespect.
Right.
Yeah, you threw the flowers at my feet, but I'm gonna bend over and pick these flowers up.
Right.
Even though you disrespected me.
Right.
And I'm gonna hand it to my team, and then I'm gonna jog in place a little bit to warm up and yada 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 yada. So that told me, all right, man, that told me everything I needed to know.
Right.
So it is what it is.
Yeah, he's like a prostitute.
Yeah, pretty much. He, Floyd, he loves money and he's willing to do whatever it takes for money. He's not looking at it from the way you're looking at it from. The way you're looking at it from, you're right. The disrespect, that was just too disrespectful. Right. You know what I mean? But I will say this. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of videos out there, Fred, that you didn't see. They're on Twitter though. I mean, he was just talking crazy. Not really talking crazy, but talking like he normally talks.
Right.
This illegal bank robbery, I'm robbing the bank. Y'all watching me. Don't worry about what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I'm getting money. These people are stupid. They want to pay me. Just give me free money for an exhibition. I'm going to do that. So these people are listening to this.
Right. Right.
Just imagine if you're the promoter and you bring, and I bring you up. I say, Fred, I'm going to bring you bring you to Miami, Florida. And Fred, we're gonna do an event. And you all on Instagram live or shooting videos, uploading them. Yeah, man, it's so dumb ass nigga Malachi, man. He paying me, to come do this. Oh man, these people are stupid. Oh
Right.
man, they giving me all this money. This is the legal bank robbery. Y'all still watching me. It doesn't matter. You still gonna watch Fred Barbershop Conversation. It doesn't matter. I'm making millions of dollars. As soon as I leave here, I'm gonna go to the Gucci store and I'm gonna buy this and buy that. And I'm like, man, I'm paying you, dog, and you saying all this stuff here, to me, and yada 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 yada, and it's a disrespect to me and my people. What you're saying,
right?
So I can't ignore that. There was a reason why that guy threw the flowers at his feet. That's what I look at. What was the reason why he did that? You see what I'm saying? And knowing Floyd Mayweather, but it's a lot of those videos, Fred, on Twitter and they on Fight Hype.
Okay, Fight Hype.
Some of them on, yes, yeah, go watch some of them, Fred. Some of them on Fight Hype as well. Now, again, I do agree with you. It was disrespect, but I look at what led up to it, and I'm looking at the videos that was put out there by Floyd, and he's in the store counting a bunch of money, and he's buying some jewelry, and just typical arrogance, very pompous, and I know some people live their lives vicariously through Floyd. When Floyd makes it, they make it. When Floyd is spending money, they're spending money. It doesn't change their reality and their lives, but you get what I'm saying?
I got you.
That's what it is, Fred. But listen, man, I appreciate you letting me on, man. I got to get ready to go to sleep. I got to get up in the morning.
All right, appreciate you, dog. Thanks for coming through.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you got to come through and be a guest soon. Hey, we got you, El. What's up, El? Got you right now. Hey, what's up, El? Oh shit. Oh yeah. Okay. The camera just bad. You're good. What's up? Hopefully you're driving safe. Go ahead.
I'm driving, man. Are you able to hear me clear? Because I got a lot of background noise.
No, we gonna do our best. Go ahead.
All right. The brother, man.
Nope, it ain't gonna work. Call me on the line.
That just got on. He made a lot of good points.
Call me. You got to call in.
I'll call in.
Yeah, call in. All right. Sure. All right. Yeah, man. L called me early in the day. I was like, man. Oh man, they fumbled the ball. San Francisco ball trying to hit a nerve. I mean, you have your perspective. I just think, I mean, it's prostitution, man. That's what this is, prostitution. It's like this. Y'all don't know this is prostitution, but it is. Man, I only date men with money. That's prostitution. Hey, if you want to date me, you got to take me on vacation 6 times a year. That's prostitution. We've normalized it in our conversations, man. When a man says you can disrespect me as long as you pay me, that's prostitution. Simply put, that's it. Waiting on L to call in. Let me call him. See if this works. Oh, that's him. Okay, I got you. Hey, what's up, L?
Can you hear me good now?
Yeah, we're going to do our best. Go ahead. This nigga fumbled. Nah, it ain't going to work out for you tonight, L. Damn. All right. Anyways, call me back if you get to if you get to a new location, because it ain't working out for you, man. Dude, the San Francisco 49ers lost. Damn. Feel free to beam in if you want to beam in, but Hey, I've never seen a football game won 10-11. I've never seen that in my life. 10-11. San Francisco with 3 turnovers. Wow. Damn, they should have called the false start. Anyways, man, getting back to the subject. Because Floyd is who he is, and doubling down on what Coach Malachi Williams said, his YouTube channel is New Media Boxing Today. That's his YouTube channel. And I think us as a collective just got to let Floyd just learn. The world is going to teach Floyd. Someone put it in the chat. The world is going to teach Floyd a cruel lesson one day. Cruel lesson one day. And y'all going to be like, I told you so. And he's going to see it as unfair. He's going to say, why nobody loved me? Remember when Snoop was on the stage? Ain't nobody got love for Snoop Dogg? That's what they going to say. Ain't nobody got love for Floyd? Ain't nobody going to be there for him. Al done moved on, and the Watsons done moved on, and Leonard Ellaby tired of being disrespected. Yeah. He ain't got no fighters. Because honestly, I'm 44 years old. And just like y'all, you've had some successes in your life. But how many more women do you need to sleep with? How many more chains do you need to buy? Like, it get to a point where it's all the same. You got to wake up one day and be like, man, I would love to inspire somebody, change someone's life. Maybe I'm saying that because that's the space I'm in now in my life, man. I just want to be an asset to somebody. Like, we really can't tell the difference between your new chains, your new cars, or no one can tell the difference but you. Nah, the world don't. And Floyd, and 50 Cent made an interesting point. Let me take this off. He made an interesting point one time when he said they was trying to come up with a marketing strategy for Floyd. And 50 Cent was telling him, you shitting on people is going to fail. And he tried to explain it to him. But Floyd kept on running with shitting on people. Hey, my life is better than yours. You ain't nothing. Ha, 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 hunky dory. The reason why Floyd is getting away with it so much because he has an absorbent amount of money. And he still has a pulse in boxing. Like, people, he's going to forever be respected by the conglomerate in boxing because he's had an illustrious career. But at some point, you got to get back to the middle and start serving people. Muhammad Ali said, your service on earth is your payment for your room in heaven, or something like that. And that couldn't be, and that's the truth. At the end of the day, I think we all can be better servants. And it stems and it correlates to what we talk about on most nights. Men being assets in their community. I think Floyd is a liability at this point. And you're right, he is disrespecting the sport. It's that was so disrespectful, man. And the fact that he's telling the fighters, He told every yo, if I'm a fighter and this nigga say, he said, y'all taking all these hard fights and I'm making more than y'all. And I'm fighting a midget. Sheesh. Come on, man. He said that about every fighter. Y'all taking all these hard fights. And I'm making more than y'all fighting an exhibition. I'm gonna stop this guy in the second round, third round. Hey, and remember how I told you guys Condoleezza Rice is the most successful black woman in modern America? You know she's part of the ownership group of the Denver Broncos. I learned that tonight. I think y'all need to Google Condoleezza Rice, man. Because a lot of y'all don't know a lot about her. The reason why, because I'm looking at the game. And Condoleezza Rice was born in Alabama, y'all. Don't you know? I'm gonna get back to the topic. Condoleezza Rice. For those you don't know the history of her, she was great. She was great friends with one of the 4 girls that got blown up in 16th Baptist Church. Did y'all know that? That's why it shocks me that they teach that the Democratic Party and the liberals and people who are aligned with that agenda teach you to hate a person like that when she is the she has standards, she has morals. Publicly, you know, she could be anybody she want to, but publicly she moves with a great moral compass. And I look how people have called her a coon because she's a part of the Republican Party. Damn. And you talk about us men. She's pro men. She was on for those of you who don't know, she was on the first college football voting group, you know, that vote for the teams that go in the playoffs. She's pro NFL. She believes in sports. I believe at some point she wanted to have a working role in the NFL. I don't know whether GM or something like that, talent scout or something like that. Now owner. But we're taught to hate women like her. Call her a coon. She ain't did nothing but pick up her bootstraps, move from Alabama, end up at Stanford. She went to a few colleges, though. I think she went to Notre Dame and Denver, Notre Dame, and then Stanford. And, you know, she worked in the White House for 8 years and with Bush. But she is the most successful black woman in modern America. People gonna say Oprah, but Oprah is a how you say it? She's a commercial woman. Like, but I'm talking about impacting people. Oprah impacted a great deal of people, but Oprah never changed laws. And by the looks of it, Condoleezza Rice and Oprah got similar money. It's just different. It's different up there. You know, that's a rare air. And I'm not putting one down to big up the other one, but I'm talking about just my opinion, her ability to impact laws and put stuff into play. Man, y'all got to look up on. I guarantee you, if your daughter read about Condoleezza Rice, which Kennedy is, y'all gonna be flabbergasted. Because I've always, when y'all tell me to hate somebody, I always Google it. Like, who is this person? If I don't know him, who is this person? Why are they telling me to hate this person? It's like Ben Carson. How can you hate Ben Carson? He literally saved more black people lives than anyone in politics. Anyone. He saves lives every day. Black lives, white lives. He's most popular for doing that those co-joined twins, remember? Yeah, I remember that. He had over 100 people in the doctor's office. He separated co-joining twins. That's what made him real popular. Insane. And these are the people that they tell you to hate because they are pro-country. They are pro-American flag, regardless of what they do every day. I think Condoleezza Rice's story is amazing. You know, coming from Alabama to be owner of the Denver part owner. Yeah. You know, it's just amazing. It's when I see it from 50,000 feet, it's amazing. And I'm comfortable saying it about a Democrat. I'm comfortable saying it about a Republican. I think it's just amazing. But like Malcolm X said, they'll have you hating the person you should be loving. And if we had wrapped our arms around Condoleezza Rice, it would be more of us in higher positions. She would have been more inspired. I wonder what's her perspective on that. The lack of acceptance from the 90% of black people that was taught to believe that she was a coon. You know, it's yeah, she lived in Alabama with the real Klan. I haven't researched in a long time, but to my knowledge, when that bomb went off, she heard it. She didn't see it. She heard it. She was in her dad's church. Her dad was a pastor, her dad's church, you know, and man, they teach us to hate each other, man. But like a person like Floyd, we should let him just go off on his own. Just go, Floyd, go. Yeah, I don't believe you either. Just go, have fun, au revoir, sayonara. You gonna need us, you know, and but I'm interested to find out. I know I'm jumping all the way around, but I'm interested to hear what Shakur Stevenson says. I'm gonna let him tell us before I jump out the window because it ain't no coming back. But I'm very interested to see how Shakur Stevenson identifies himself. I'm really interested in that. And I don't care either way. I'm just gonna hold him accountable to it. I haven't heard him say it. I've heard him type it. Oh, Colin Powell is from New York. Yeah. Colin Powell is an amazing story, just like Barack Obama is an amazing story. Barack Obama is an amazing story. Never knew his father, raised a black child, raised by a white woman and a white grandmother. It's an amazing story. I'm not saying one over the other. But Colin Powell is from New York. You got, man, go read up on Colin Powell. Y'all gonna be like, he's me. He's me. You love Deontay. You can't love Deontay Wilder and not respect Condoleezza Rice. I'm gonna do a video on that because I need to do a history lesson on Condoleezza Rice just to make an example that stop listening to the media when they tell you to hate somebody. You cannot like his politics. That's fine. I loved Barack Obama's first term, hated his second term. I shouldn't say hate, disliked his second term. You know, my admiration. No, I shouldn't say admiration. My respect for Trump grows every day. I see Biden in office every day. I'm like, damn. But the last year of Trump's, how you say it, the last year and a half, and I started to understand, like, hold up, they tricking us. Because you can't love Mike Tyson and hate Donald Trump. Y'all don't hear me though. You can't love them. You can't. They're synonymous with one another. Colin Powell was that dude, man. Colin Powell was that man. Yeah. Go Google Colin Powell's childhood. And we'll talk about that tomorrow at some point. You're gonna be like, yo, Colin Powell is just like me, similar to me. You're gonna be shocked. You'll be shocked. What's up, Troy? What's up?
Oh, what's up, man?
Hey, how you feel?
Oh yeah, what this comment about why you got mad at Floyd Mayweather? Like what's the situation about that you were saying again?
You watched the video? You tell me.
Oh yeah. I mean, he couldn't really do nothing here in another country. Like you don't know what it could end up like Brittany Griner situation. That shows the growth in him, because he probably would have tried to fight the
He's
guy.
still that man. Thank you for correcting me. He is still that man. Thank you for correcting me.
He is.
No, I'm talking to Miss B in the chat about Colin Powell.
But yeah, man, I just like I don't like how people be used. Like, what's that guy that ended up dying? Herman Cain. Like he knew he had cancer, but the Republicans use him. They use him, and like I just didn't like that. And he ended up losing his life because of that, man. Like, and I know this other guy that died from COVID. He lost 2 kids. He got 2 kids, he's 2 or 3 years old. It's like I'm not a fan of that. You can't say that you against abortion, but how many people died from COVID? And conservatives like, oh no, it's just 1%. It's just, but the 1 to 2% is like how many worldwide? Millions of people. It's gonna catch up to abortion. How can you see? That's my problem, man. They've been used like what O.J. Simpson was. When he was making his money, like a lot of people was using him. And then those same people that used him, who had his back. Because I heard a lady, she was like, O.J. Simpson, why why black people taking up for O.J. Simpson? He hated black people. And I said, why didn't you say that when he was with y'all? But now, see, I don't like when people being used, and like just like Stacey Dash, she come crying back when those white folks treat her bad. She was arrested. She said she loved the police. She got arrested. And her husband, white husband, her kids don't even want to deal with her no more. It's just like we got to learn, like, and I like Floyd Mayweather attitude. He said, "F it, man. Nobody love me. Nobody love Ward. Nobody love Crawford and Spence. Nobody ain't supporting that fight." It comes a time where we got to say, "F it, man. I'm gonna play the bad guy," because I never got respect. I was a good guy in school. People, nobody would talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Then I start acting bad, acting crazy, trying to get all the attention. Trying to get all the girls. It just being good. Where did it get? Where does it get you? All the bad boys, they getting girls. See, when Floyd was quiet, it's crazy because when Floyd was quiet, Pretty Boy Floyd, nobody was paying attention to him. Nobody was going to his fight. Oscar didn't want to fight him. Mosley, a lot of these guys didn't want to fight him. You get what I'm saying? Like then when he stopped putting on the Money Mayweather, more people wanting to fight him. Because now he was high risk, high reward. So I just like I don't understand how when you're a good person, what I'm saying, nobody loves you. But when you return, like when Floyd turned bad, that's crazy. And that's what people forget about Floyd. I'm pretty sure majority of people in this chat room never watched him in the 90s. Not many people probably in here. I didn't because I was born in 95. So, but I'm pretty sure, but I watched a lot of documentaries about him, about how his dad and stuff like that. His dad was holding him up while his brother shot him, you know. And I just hope Floyd can get back right, but I just don't know why he's like still boxing. He ran out. I think both him and Pacquiao might have ran out of money. Pacquiao is spending all this money over there in the Philippines, and he got like 6 or 7 kids too. So I just don't understand. Boxing is just like, how do we keep expecting boxers to be good men? Even Ali made mistakes. Even though he made mistakes. They said the woman was wearing a short skirt. He hit the woman. He said, "Put on another skirt, girl," or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like mistakes happen. Tyson had assaulted somebody. Actually, Bill Cosby daughter. Actually, go look it up. He from New York, and like I don't expect boxers to be good people. Like how do you just get out that mindset of you got to go in the ring? It's the hurt business, and then when you get mad and frustrated out the ring, you might resort back into the tactic. You get what I'm saying? I just don't understand how do you get out that mindset. Look at John Jones. John Jones, the alcohol make him crazy. He start beating up on his wife, choking his wife. They say, and I say that MMA and boxing, like, it's just similar to rap. I love it. I love rap. I love boxing, but it's similar to rap music, similar to that rock music, satanic music. Because it's just like, how can you put that out when you get angry, when you get frustrated? You're gonna resort back to doing that. I just do. I don't know how can you get out that mood. But I'm wishing Floyd the best. You know, um, I just think that he should stop fighting. I don't know what's his financial situation. Um, I don't know what's his financial situation. I just hope he could quit fighting. But he's still running the boxing point. I think he run the PVC because I heard him talk to Benitez behind the scenes. I heard him talk to a couple fighters behind the scenes. But I think he's running PVC too because I think he's part owner of it, and I think he's trying to get money up and stuff for the company. But I think PVC eventually go down because I think they were overly nice. That's why the reason I think the PVC gonna go down. I don't think it had nothing to do with the best fighting the best, because the best fighting the best with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford really is no money in that. The casual fans don't know who Spence is. You ask somebody who Spence or Crawford is, they don't know. I asked somebody in my store. They was like, "Oh, I don't know who those niggas is," and that's because they don't put on that role of a bad black person. Look at Jack Johnson. Look at Ali. Look at Floyd Mayweather. All had to say some crazy stuff. Sugar Ray, who I compare him to, Sugar Ray Robinson back in the day. Sugar Ray Robinson had an entourage. And he had they say he had a lot of domestic disputes and he drunk alcohol. He did a lot, basically doing similar to what Floyd was doing. So I don't understand. Like I can't really name a quiet black person that was famous. That was a mega superstar. We always had to do some little crazy stuff. Like just talk all this crazy junk. Like, why can't we be a quiet person and sell? And that's because the system don't support that. Canelo don't talk. And I was arguing with a guy. Said, man, he said if Canelo was black, y'all would love him. But I said, yeah, he wouldn't be as popular though, because he basically quiet. He'll be popular in the Errol Spence situation, in the Terrence Crawford situation, not selling.
I actually think Earl would be a megastar if he fought more often. I do. I think Tank would be a megastar if he fought more often. But that's a kid that's got to some trouble. I actually think Terrence Crawford would have been a megastar if he fought 4 times a year and used the ESPN platform. I get that, but we've been trained to believe that we have to be boisterous and borderline criminalistic or abrasive to be popular or to be the man. At one point I was the man in media, but I wasn't a criminal. I I walked around with self-respect, self-dignity, and now it's other people's turn. You know, you got other people covering boxing who are doing great things, like Blue Blood and Champside and all those other guys. They're doing great things, but
Mhm.
it's their turn. They're not criminals, and I know it's only can relate it
But no,
to.
no, I'm saying like,
Uh-huh.
well, you go ahead. But no, I was
No,
just saying like, in a certain sense, like for example, like how like Spence and Crawford, like that's the only like way they gonna notice us, basically. I was
they
saying.
don't. We don't get the respect that we should get um as a whole in those, especially in boxing, when you have a level of there's a level of control that you can possess in boxing that you can't, that you, because it's no union, so there's no conglomerate thinking. um AJ don't have to. AJ is not much of a talker. He doesn't do interviews. He doesn't. I don't see him going viral because of a tweet he said or a post often.
But the UK, they don't look at it as that though. They don't look at it like they support everybody, white, black, whatever. In America, it's more like it's a European thing. Cause like Lomachenko ain't even from America. Like Lomachenko, Canelo is a white Mexican. Which if I say if Canelo was like a dark skinned Mexican, I don't think he would have been as big as he was. You know, Mickey Garcia was a good fighter. Like he like for example, like Canelo don't look like a traditional Mexican. So basically, he becomes like America white surrogate. Lomachenko become American white surrogate, which Lomachenko is a pound for pound fighter. This ain't taking nothing from him. You know, he's a pound for pound great fighter. This ain't no diss to him. You know, even over sometimes even American white fighters. You know, like Kevin Pavlik. I think Kevin Pavlik was just as good as Lomachenko. Like it's like American fighters has it just have not. You know what I'm saying? They do that with Conor McGregor too. And I don't. Conor McGregor ain't even close to being the best fighter in the UFC. He a good stand up fighter, but he ain't better than John Jones. You know, John Jones had that issue too until he started getting arrested. He started getting in trouble.
He's a woman beater
You know,
though.
he
Like
start,
John
eh,
Jones is a woman beater. Like that's different, man. He's. I
but now
mean,
they start to. That's what I'm saying. Now they starting to recognize him now. They said, "Oh, he beat the." What they only recognize you when you doing something like bad. You know, look at Tyson. That's the only person that I know, like the only villain that I know that really gets love like that. Like, yes, he probably was hated, but people love him genuinely because he was a circus act. Like, I'm a F you, I'm gonna eat your da da da. He probably really the only person ever. He an anomaly. But people like Floyd, you know, people that broke the system because it's more like in the money. Like he made so much money. You know, he got this, what's his name? This white lady kicked out. Like he had so much power in boxing that, you know, they can't stand that. You know, it's
he
about
has
when you
he
it's
has
just similar like to when OJ beat the system. When OJ like he won his case, it's like this, you know, the system, they never thought that a black man could beat the system that was predominantly white owned. Because usually guys who beat the system were guys, you know, white guys, Jewish guys, guys like that for years. And that's why they hated him. And it's similar to Floyd, where he made so much money in boxing. The promoters, he defeated the promoters. He defeated great white hypes, you know, great Mexican high, all that, da da da, right? And that's why they hate him. Once you defeat that, once you defeat the system, that's when you become that person that everybody hate. You know, yes, Ali said a lot of good things, they beat him. They just only start loving him when he was brain damaged. They didn't see Floyd like that. They didn't see Ward like that. They didn't see all. That's why they hate him. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think
You get what
they.
I'm saying?
No, I understand because that's the group think thought. I I'm gonna say we allow it though, because if you look at us on the streets, we glorify the violence, right? And you said this last week. We
Yeah,
glorify
I agree. I agree.
the rapping, the
I agree.
killing.
But they.
Let me
But I
finish.
was gonna
Let me
say.
finish. Let me finish. You can respond back. Let me finish.
Okay. My bad. I'm sorry, bro.
When we accept the notion that we got to be a villain, we accept the notion that we got to have a criminal record and we got to be loud, we got to be disrespectful. But we don't have to be, because there are so many examples. Russell Wilson, he's top 3 most popular quarterback in the NFL. Tom Brady, maybe Russell Wilson next. You can argue that over the kid from Green Bay. I don't know. Basketball,
But
LeBron
football is
James.
different though.
I'm not
Is
done.
it?
I'm not done. I'm not done. LeBron James, the most identifiable person in the world that plays sports is LeBron James, right? Next to him is Tiger Woods. You can argue who's 1, who's 2. I don't know. And the list goes on and on. Serena Williams is the most identifiable person in her sport. So it's not that we have to be that. We choose to be that. And because we glorify it on the street in mass and great numbers, the athletes believe that they got to be a nigga to be identified by the people who's supposed to organically love them. So speaking from your notes, we don't have to be the bad guy. We are taught to be the bad guy. And because like Floyd came from that type of environment, like he said, his dad sold drugs, went to jail, and a white man adopted him and took him underneath his wing. So from that perspective, we are at fault as a whole for even identifying with that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. But that's how a lot of black people feel like that in order to succeed, we got to do, you know what I'm saying, be a rapper.
Right.
But that's why I think that, because yes, it's opportunities out there. It's opportunities for some blacks. But I feel like it's not like at a broad spectrum. It's not like a broad spectrum. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
It's
get
like
that.
it's not that many opportunities, and that's why we have to do what we have to do. You know, we have to do all that crazy stuff.
Oh, no, you said half. We don't have to. Let me bring Dog Money in. He wants to respond to both either
But
of
I
us.
understand like what Canelo. But why Canelo them don't have to do that then? And they sell, because Andre Ward never sold, you know, and he was a quiet guy. You know, Spence and Crawford ain't selling. They ain't. Yes, they talk, but they ain't really know.
Well,
Like they don't say too many credit. Like why ain't they selling? Like they one of the best in their sport. You
It's
know,
a different time. People stealing now. You know, why would you pay for something that you can just take with your fire stick? People got common sense; they can count. That's the reason why they're not selling like they should. Spence
I'm
should be
saying like a
doing over a
Canelo
million.
still selling. I'm talking about like at least 500 or 300K or
Canelo's
something.
selling in Mexico. Canelo got a whole country. He ain't selling no damn million in the U.S. I can guarantee you that. You putting U.S. numbers with Mexico numbers, and he still ain't nothing but 800,000 when he fought Caleb Plant. If they wouldn't have been stealing, that fight probably would have did 3-4 million. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of theft going on right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why everybody's saying the pay-per-view model is basically dead, but they still using it to pay these fighters. They subsidizing, you know, purses with pay-per-view instead of the like Showtime. They put a lot of these bullshit fights on pay-per-view. If they only make a little bit of money, they still subsidize part of the fighter's purse, even if it doesn't pay for itself, because they have a budget to pay these fighters out of anyway. And all pay-per-view does is make them be able to cut the budget. You know what I mean? But that wasn't what I was calling in to respond to that Floyd Mayweather deal.
Yeah, for sure.
First off, when I seen that, I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, I thought, you know, like culture. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck is this? Some type of Japanese culture shit? I wouldn't have took it as disrespect right off the bat. I wouldn't have picked them fucking flowers up neither. But I look at it, I'm like, what's wrong with this crazy motherfucker? and not protecting Floyd or taking up for him. But this man in the corner bouncing around like he getting ready to fight. I think the last thing on his fucking mind was the guy throwing some flowers on the ground. He probably was like, "What the fuck this dude doing too?" I'm sure, absolutely positive, he didn't take time to process that he had just got disrespected. You know what I mean? It ain't like you and standing in the store finna buy some flowers and the salesman throws your flowers on the floor. That would be different. That would be motherfucker walked in the ring and threw flowers at my feet. Hey, maybe you think I'm royalty. I don't know. But it's easy to look back on something and say, man, I'd have did this, I'd have did that. But if you was in the ring with a set of boxing gloves on, what would you have really done? You think that shit would have crossed your mind? And Floyd is like this. I used to like Floyd. I used to protect Floyd when because they used to crucify. They used to really bash Floyd, especially, white people and people of other races, you know what I mean? But as time has passed, we've got to know Floyd, the type of person he really is, and it's really distasteful. I enjoyed him when he was in his prime, when he was a good boxer. Now I wish he'd just go somewhere and sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. And that's what everybody wish he'd do. I think, you know what I mean? But the nigga can't fight, though. Well, he could fight anyway. And another thing, too, Fred, I want to address something that you always be talking about, that when we talk about black people and crime in our communities, I don't. Now, this is not a fact. This is all 100% opinion. I think that it's a phase that the black community is going through, just like the Irish did, just like the Italians did. Who was more vicious than the Italians when they were trying to get on their feet here in the United States? You have to remember, I tell you, this here is personal. My grandfather was born on a slave plantation. You know what I mean? His father was born a slave. So the point I'm making is that we're not that far removed from slavery. And the black community has a lot of growing to do. And we've came a long way from slavery. When they released those people, they had absolutely nothing. Nothing, not nowhere to sleep, nothing to eat. And I think with all this crime, I think, it's gonna be some violence and stuff until this shit gets set. That's what I think. You know what I mean? Maybe I hope I'm right anyway. Hope this is just a phase that the black community is passing through. What y'all think about that?
I don't know if it's a phase. We're gonna let DJ respond. Go ahead, DJ.
Oh, Fred, what's going on, man? What's going on with everybody else on the panel, man? It's a glorious Sunday. You know what I'm saying? My Eagles are one of the only teams that's left that's 3-0. And Fred, I just want to know, can my quarterback get a little? Can he get a little love now?
This nigga talking about the Eagles.
Nigga, you talking about slavery, man? Yeah, whatever. Can my quarterback get some love right now?
Very much. So.
Eagle get no love.
It's just regular season love. That's all it is, man. It ain't nothing.
No, Fred. He was one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. Remember?
Oh, he gonna end up being. He gonna end up being on the bottom 15 for sure.
You hope.
You sure Kyler Murray can't even see over the damn defense. That motherfucker.
Kyler Murray suck, man. That's his problem.
Yeah, he bad. He bad, man.
He suck, man. Like a lot of these quarterbacks.
Man.
But only one quarterback has over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns in all 3 games and is still undefeated.
That's impressive now. That's impressive.
Yes, sir. I mean, just don't be surprised when you look up. We 8-0.
I've been thinking
best team in the league, all that type of stuff.
I told Kyle
it'll never happen. The Eagles would never go 8-0.
Why not?
They just
You
they
must
the
be one of them
Eagles.
Cal Sissy fans. You must be one of them Cal Sissy fans.
Oh my goodness, these Cowboys. Didn't we break y'all up last year 2 times?
You still talking about last year? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
okay.
break
Because I
y'all
was
up
talking about
twice
this year.
last year.
Because I was talking about this year.
Eagles ain't gonna do shit. You know
Okay.
that.
Doing more than the Cowboys right now, and I thank you.
I have no response.
I don't know
to
what's going on with Russell Wilson this season. He looks terrible. What else? Let's see. I mean, I just want to know what can my Eagles do to get a little respect around here.
Keep winning.
Indeed, we shall.
Keep winning. It's early, man. It's 3-0, man. It's 3-0. I'm shocked you're 3-0 though. We'll be 3-0. I'm not. The Giants will be 3-0 about 9 o'clock tomorrow night.
I mean, y'all play Dallas.
What?
That's not really saying nothing.
Well, we both got to play them twice, and then we could do about it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Brianna. What's the name? Brianna Betty. I'm sorry that you got to go through this.
You got to have her come on for sure.
Absolutely.
Facts.
Have her come back so I can dig at her about these sorry ass Cowboys.
Facts.
Man,
I want them to be about 2-7, before reality starts sinking in, because it was their year again, Fred.
It's always their year. Cowboy fans are like Notre Dame.
Like Cowboy hate is always real.
Yeah, it is.
Is it hate when you're telling the truth?
Yeah, nigga, it's hate, nigga. Hate, man.
Oh, okay.
Eagles is nothing but haters.
No, we truth tellers. We real about our thing. We ain't scared to tell you suck if you suck.
Well,
and that goes for our own team.
More often.
That goes for our own team. Yes, sir.
Are you sure the Eagles 3-0? I can't believe that shit. They 3-0.
3-0 and beating the hell out of people.
Yeah, that shit gonna fall apart like it always do.
You sure?
Yeah,
I mean, we got the Jags. We got the Jags next week. Let's see what happens.
Jags won today, big.
Yeah, they beat the Chargers.
Y'all got a last place schedule or something, man, because the Jaguars.
Yeah, we got the Jags. Then we go beat up on Kyler Murray. Then we play Dallas. Then we get the week off.
Oh, y'all better be 6-0.
Come back after the Dallas game and let's see if you
come back after the Dallas game after we give y'all a 50 burger.
Let's see if you're still smiling.
We smiling like
the Cowboys don't get up to play.
Y'all beating us with Cooper Rush.
If they don't get up to play nobody, they'll get up to play the Eagles.
And the feeling is mutual. AJ Green about to embarrass Trayvon Diggs, man. Stop it. Not AJ Brown, excuse me. I said AJ Green. About to embarrass him. This shit ain't gonna be close. Michael Parsons getting doubled all night. Better be worried about the Giants tomorrow. The Giants always play y'all tough.
It's always a good game with the Giants. I enjoy it. I like playing the Giants more than the Eagles because the Eagles are sore losers. The Giants take their ass whooping like a man.
I mean, when you're used to getting your ass beat, you're used to taking it. So you ain't got too much to say.
Fred, you hear this shit? That nigga talking about your team, Fred.
Don't bring Fred into this. Don't bring Fred into this. Fred sitting over there quiet.
Fred, that deserves
you take his ass whooping like a man. See, that's just like a Dallas fan to deflect the blame somewhere else.
Hey, you was talking about the Giants. I said I like Giant games.
No true Cowboy fan would say that out loud. No true Cowboy fan would say that out
like
loud.
A man. The Eagles cry when they lose. The Eagles cry. You can't even go to a damn football game when the Eagles in town. They cry all the way to the damn car.
And every time you beat the Cowboys, they brag about a Super Bowl they won 30 years ago. So what we really talking about?
Hey, man, when you got the rings, you might as well show them, right?
Man, y'all ain't won nothing since the Lion King came out. I don't want to hear it.
But we still got more than y'all got. You got to
But
get where we
y'all ain't,
been.
man, win something this century.
You
Win
got to
something this
get where
century.
the Cowboys have been.
Win
You know what I
something this
mean?
century.
And when you get there, act like you've been there before, because that's how we gonna act when we do it.
The Eagles
No,
just
you
won the
ain't.
Super Bowl like 5 years ago, right? 4 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, they paid for that shit. They paid the rest.
Oh, we paid for it, so Dallas didn't pay for theirs. You know, Jerry Jones, one of the richest owners in the league, so they didn't pay for theirs.
Man,
Thought so.
you know more Cowboy players than you know Eagles players, fool.
I mean,
If you
because they
go,
say
if you
y'all
go to
America's
talk
team.
about old, if you talk about old Eagles teams and old Cowboy teams, you can name more Cowboys than you can Eagles, and you're an Eagle fan. I can't
You
only
sure
I
about
can
that?
name I can name two Eagles, Reggie White and Randall Cunningham. Goddamn, two Eagles, but how many Cowboys can you name? They
A
done
lot.
made you
Name
cry
a lot
so
of
many
Eagles too,
times.
because I'm a
Yeah,
football fan.
you done cried a lot of nights over that nigga. Damn, I can't believe he got that. That's how it be though. Eagle fans, man, they throw rocks at your bus, all kind of shit. Them Eagles fans throw batteries. Them motherfuckers
Yeah.
is something else.
You know who else do that? Vikings fans and Packers fans and Steelers fans and Bears fans.
That's because Cowboys. You know what? That's another thing. We take our ass whooping like a man down here in Texas
I
too.
mean, y'all been used to taking them these past 25,
we
26
don't
years.
cry
So, I
about
mean,
them.
hey, what's there to cry about? You used to getting your
We
ass whooped.
we done had some good teams in 25 years. Matter of fact, we didn't put the motherfuckers, we didn't crush the Eagles' dreams many times.
No, you haven't. Stop it. No, you
Many
haven't.
times.
No, you haven't.
Like we could make it to the playoffs if we don't have to. We just got
And
to get
lose in the
through
first
Dallas.
round. Be the number one seed. They lost for 3 games all year and lose
we
in the
kicked
first
the
round.
Eagles' ass to get there though. That's all that matters.
Last time I checked, we was the last team that won the division 2 years in a row. Excuse me, 4 years in a row. Oh, okay.
I don't know about that.
From 01 to 04. 01, 02, 03, and 04. We won the division.
Man, this nigga bringing up 02, 03, and 04.
Y'all bring up 95 and 96, so I can't bring up 01 and 02.
You don't want to keep bringing up 95.
And 75?
Hey, ain't nothing happened in 96. I don't even know what you're talking. I mean, you're the one bringing up the old teams. I ain't said nothing about them. I know they probably just in your memory real good though.
Yeah, that was the last time y'all was good.
Yeah. I don't remember the last time the Eagles was good. They wasn't good when they won the Super
When we
Bowl.
won the Super Bowl 5 years ago, and this year.
Well, they were lucky then. Win the Super Bowl this year. That's what I want you to do.
I know who won't be winning it.
The Eagles. I'm glad you. I'm glad.
Don't worry about it. Dallas will be picking in the top 10. Dallas will be picking in the top 10. Don't worry about it. Y'all will get a top 10 pick and blow that.
Maybe so.
But yeah, Fred, man, Shakur looked absolutely amazing Saturday. I'm glad he's finally moving up. This whole thing just sped up his timeline because he said he was only going to have 1, maybe 2 fights left at this weight class anyway. I'm glad he's I'm not glad he missed weight because he didn't get the chance to keep his belts before he moved up. But yeah, man, it's gonna be an exciting time in boxing, man. Let's see if he gets some of these fights. I don't think he'll get the Devin Haney fight. Lomachenko might be on the table, and that's if Devin Haney don't whoop his ass too bad. Because I think one of those guys is gonna end up retired. Either it's gonna be Shakur or Devin who retired Lomachenko. I think the ass whooping is gonna be that bad. They might not knock him out. I don't think they'll knock him out. But I think the ass whooping is going to be that bad where he just sits back and says, do I want to keep doing this?
You think Devin will beat Lomachenko's ass bad?
I think he'll whoop his ass bad.
Really? I think he can beat him for sure, but I don't know if he'll take years.
I'm thinking 8 rounds to 4, 9 rounds to 3. I think he's
you talking about like beat his ass as in win in a big fashion. Win him.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be close on the cards. No. No, the rounds will be competitive, but I don't think Lomachenko has anything to beat Devin Haney.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think Shakur can hurt Lomachenko. I don't know if Devin can hurt Lomachenko. I think he can beat him. Like, with
I
this
think
distance.
Devin will beat him. I think
Mhm.
Devin will beat him bad, like as far as the scorecards, but I think Shakur will beat him up.
I
And
mean,
personally, I don't think Devin can beat Shakur. I
Bob gonna
really
make
don't.
Bob gonna make him because
Jay Prince.
yeah, Jay, good point. Jay Prince and Bob don't really want these guys to become mega stars, you know. Like Bob don't like putting on pay-per-view events, it seems like, you know.
Well, it depends on who you are. I mean, if you're a Mexican, he'll make you a mega star, and if you're European, he'll try to make you a mega star. But Floyd told us a long time ago he don't know how to promote black fighters, and
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, and he said that to me too. He said that one of his biggest mistakes is not understanding how to promote Floyd. He said that on one of my interviews. But
Trying to save Oscar.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I mean, if you look at the money Oscar was generating, shit, I'm not by no means am I justifying. I'm just beating the facts. But yeah, Floyd did the right thing. Left, paid his $750, and he became everything to boxing. And he just blew the
with inflation, Fred. How much would that be today for one of these guys to buy themselves out of their contract?
Man.
Shit, today he wouldn't let him buy himself out that contract, knowing what he did.
About 5 or 6 million, maybe. Between
Think
4 and
so?
6 million. Between 4 and 6 million, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking around 3 and 5.
Yeah. Between 4 and 6.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, but he didn't want him because he was going to run through because if he kept him, he was going to run through his whole fucking resume. He didn't want him beating Mario Barrera, Marcos, even though they were underweight, but Marcos, whatever those guys' names are, but he didn't
Marco
want
Antonio Barrera. Yeah, they were under Floyd. They were like 26 and 30.
Yeah. But then you got Timothy Bradley, then you have Brandon Rios. He had all those guys, and he didn't want Floyd beating their ass. Hell no. Floyd would have ran through his whole stable. So Bob was thinking ahead, like, shit, if I get rid of Floyd, I can, because you know, the one thing I am gonna say about Bob, he gonna make these fights. He's not gonna make them when we want them. No.
Yeah, I'm about to say eventually he'll make them, but he'll make them.
No promoter's gonna make them when we want them. Let's get that clear. But I think if we were to bet who would make these fights first, whether it be Eddie, Bob, or Al, I would say Bob would be first, Eddie would be second, Al would be third. You know, in terms of,
oh no, Eddie throwing around money like they printing it over there at the Zone.
Yeah, but he's never. I don't know. Yeah, you could say that. I agree.
I disagree. Shit, Al Heyman ain't hiding no fighters. He give them a choice. But all the welterweights fought each other. I mean, he's not hiding fighters.
All the 54-pounders fought each other. I mean,
oh yeah, I never looked at it from that perspective. Yeah, you can say 54. Thank you for correcting me.
And we getting to the point now to where I really think they're gonna start mixing it up at 68. Like, I'm rooting for Caleb Plant in this Darrell fight because I think for boxing to move forward, for that division to move forward, I really think Caleb Plant needs to win that fight because if Darrell beats him, and we're back at square one because Benavidez already beat Darrell. We really need that Caleb Plant Benavidez fight. I think if that fight happens, man, boxing will move forward in a great fashion.
Yeah, because
I think Al gets I think he get a bad rap sometimes. He's a advisor. These guys got their own promotional companies.
No. He's the promoter. He's the manager. He's both.
But I'm saying though,
and to your point,
Al Heyman blocked the fight.
He is blocking the fights because he controls both sides of the party.
I mean, have you ever heard somebody said he blocking them from fighting
because
somebody?
you got to understand this. For example, I'll give you an example. If Al has Gary Russell and Santa Cruz. Hey Leo, I can give you 2.7 million to fight Abner Mares at Staples Center. Or I can give you Gary Russell for 1.4 in Las Vegas. What you want to do?
Shit, that's math. You know what I mean?
You get what I'm saying? Like,
I get what you're saying, but that would be like you got something personal against Gary Russell.
no, but that's the reality of it, because you got to take into account, or you can just, if you don't want that example, use the Deontay Wilder Charles Martin example. He didn't believe in Deontay Wilder in the beginning because he didn't give him Charles Martin. He was trying to acquire Anthony Joshua because Anthony Joshua had a 6-fight deal with Showtime.
Right.
So
and
that's
Anthony Joshua left, went and chased that money over there with Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn bought that fight from up under him.
no, he didn't buy it. He was trying to. He was still with, because he fought 3 PBC fighters in a row. Al was feeding them to get him, and it didn't work out. Al didn't believe Deontay Wilder was going to be who he was. You know, why would he make him a unified champion over Deontay Wilder?
I mean, but then you also got the Joseph Parker fight. Joseph Parker was here stateside. They were in negotiations, and Eddie Hearn offered him more money to fight him, to fight Anthony Joshua and to fight Deontay Wilder when Joseph Parker was still the champion.
But Joseph Parker is not an Al Haymon fighter. He's a Frank Warren fighter, right? He's a Queensberry guy, if I'm not mistaken. Charles Martin was an Al Haymon guy. Remember, he won the belt on an injury. The guy
got the IBF belt.
Yeah. So Charles Martin should have fought Deontay Wilder in New York for his next fight. You know, but I mean, it's neither here nor there. You know, it's water under the bridge now. But from y'all perspective, 154. Hey, 154 have fought each other, man. I love you though. Stay up for another 15 minutes. All right. All right, go take a
147 have too.
147 have, but I think it's kind of misleading in a way, because they only fought once a year, and not Terrence Crawford and Keith Thurman slowed us down immensely.
Yeah, I put that more on Keith Thurman. He fights probably once every 2 or 3 years, and for a lot of his reign, he was out for a long time with injuries, quote unquote injuries, and he told Errol, "You ain't done enough, and come back to me after you fought this guy and fought that guy." So that fight never materialized, and so that's probably one of the only fights that didn't get made. Other than that, all those other guys fought each other. Danny and Sean fought.
Yeah.
Sean fought Errol. I mean,
yeah.
Errol fought Danny. For the most part, those fights happened. Like I said, all the fights at 54 and possibly all the fights at 68 that they have are going to happen. We'll see what happens after Caleb Plant's fight and after David Benavidez's fight later on this year.
Like, for example, great point. Caleb Plant should be fighting. He shouldn't be. Darrell should be fighting whoever loses out of those guys to get back up. Like, Caleb Plant should be fighting David Benavidez by now.
Agreed. Agreed.
But the frequency is low. And
these guys turn fights down though, just like Charlo turned down Benavidez.
No, it's not like that.
But both of them coming off losses though, so I think that's right. Darrell and
didn't Charlo turn down Benavidez?
Darrell got a knockout his last fight.
Yeah.
Ruben Harrison and J-Rock.
But it was against a scrub though.
I think it's not. It looks.
I still don't know.
It looks like it's happening, but I don't see it. Y'all got to help me in the chat or somebody, because
I still don't know if Plant is the real deal. We don't really know yet because he only beat Cop.
Well, we're gonna find out. He won 11 rounds, and Darrell is fighting for his life. Darrell wants $1 million payday. He wins, he gets $1 million payday against somebody. So he's fighting for his life, man. If he loses this fight, he may not retire, but he's one of those. He becomes one of those guys now, And
Caleb Plant the same way. I mean, if he loses this fight, if he loses this fight, he's gonna become a guy.
Yep.
He's
Yeah.
going to become a gatekeeper at the. I mean,
Right.
you're going to get fed to the Darrells
Right.
and I'm not the Darrells, but the Morels. You're going to get fed to guys like that. So
Right.
he's fighting for his life too. This is a true crossroads fight for Darrell and Plant.
Yeah. I think the 147-pound division is 2 years late. I think that they're behind 2 years. I think even before COVID, 147 should be on their second round. Like I thought Al had a great crop of fighters, and I thought he could have made a lot of money putting those fights on. But he wanted to preserve them because he had a lot of money in the beginning. So he was paying these guys a lot of money to fight once a year, once every 9 months. And they loved it. And the money started lessening up. But I understand what you're saying.
That and all these guys came up together. So they all reached their peak, if you will, around the same time. Like Danny, Sean, Arrow was a little bit behind them, Keith. All these guys came up together as far as when PBC started. They were all at probably the same points in their careers. And that's possibly also another reason why they all fought each other.
Right. I just
you look at it now, PBC is not really signing a lot of the top young prospects. Top Rank's getting up.
Yeah. Al gonna be a sharpshooter. Like he wants the Canelos or whoever becomes big at Top Rank if you can't afford them, stuff like that. I think he's gonna start doing that. And I think he's gonna start letting these fighters go at some point. There's no fight dates. There's no fight dates in October for these guys. October 15th. That's it.
Yeah,
he got too many fighters, I think. It's just impossible to pull out the date.
I don't believe that because you know why I say that? Because I don't believe the whole he got too many fighters thing. Because Dana White has over 600 fighters and he puts on cards every other weekend, and he keeps all his guys busy. All his guys and girls.
Only
busy.
his main people fight. Only his main like all 600 people don't get to fight. It's only 12 months out of the year, so.
And that's why he's putting on 30 events a year with 12 plus fights on each card. So he's keeping all his guys busy. If they're not injured, they're fighting. Because guess what? And it's in your contract when you sign with the UFC, he owes you 3 fights. If you don't get those 3 fights, he still has to pay you.
And he ain't paying like boxing.
Shit. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna let boxing fans keep thinking that. Cause let y'all tell
If you're not a star in the UFC,
only people making real big money like that in boxing is Canelo and the heavyweights. That's it.
Yeah. And
because Kamaru Usman is making more money than Devin Haney and Tank combined. So is Israel Adesanya. So is Francis Ngannou. So is John Jones. All these guys are making more money than these boxers. You look at the mid-level guys in boxing, they're making way less than these MMA guys. For example, Fundura got paid, I think it was $75K last December to fight Sergio Garcia. You know how much Sean O'Malley just made in his last fight? $175,000. He's not a champion. He's a mid-level guy.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't want to get too more. I don't want to get too far off into that.
No. You're making a good point.
You got to get built up in boxing. UFC already out. The UFC is our company, right there. People don't really know you in boxing until you go through the rankings. Because it took Floyd years to make his first. Like it took him how many years to make it to level? So boxing is totally different because you got to get built up through the rankings. If somebody don't like you, then you basically blackball. You know, people don't like Andreas, so technically, so he can't really get a fight with nobody.
I mean, yeah, that and he makes a lot of them errors on himself. Like I'm one of the biggest supporters of Demetrius Andrade and how he's not getting fights, but at the same time, he makes a lot of goofy decisions. And it's fault. Go ahead, Fred.
No, I was gonna say, and then you can argue that he's a free agent and Al Heyman didn't sign him, and then you can argue that J-Rock and Harrison never fought. You know, Harrison and Lubin never fought. So,
Yeah. All right, fellas, I'm about to get out of here. Y'all take it easy.
But they got stopped before, like Harrison got stopped, and then J-Rock got stopped by Hurts. I mean, so you got to build back. You got to really build back up into contention.
Man,
Hurd and Charlo, that's the big one that eats at me. Hurd and Charlo never fought, but Hurd lost.
Yeah, and
So,
Hurd turned that fight down. Remember, his trainer came on and said he turned that fight down. He wanted to fight, and then he ended up losing to
just like Papa Benavidez turned down the Caleb Plant fight a few years ago when they were both champions. He turned that fight down.
Who?
So Papa Benavidez, David Benavidez's father, they turned that fight down.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
They turned that fight down with Plant years ago after Plant had just won his title. And I think Benavidez had just won his title. I think it was after he got his title back, and they turned that fight down. So you got, it's not always on a promotional company. Like we can't really blame the PBC for Charlo getting injured and for AB not being right in the head. We can't blame them for that.
Man, Charlo wasn't injured and AB was right.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that, Fred.
But I think most boxers, they try to position themselves. Like I don't think they ducking it. Of course, you want to make the most money. So if I feel like I'm a fraud, I'm gonna try to wait it out. If I'm a fraud, think about it. If I know that I'm a fraud, I'm not really the real deal. I want to lose in that big fight when I get the most money. So,
well, Luis Ortiz made 500,000 and Andy Ruiz made $1 million. And Andy Ruiz is complaining he needs to fight more because he got bills now. He got big bills now. He spent all that money.
And he blew that bag after he won them belts.
But the fans got the support. That's where the fans come into play. You make the most money if the fans support you on PPV. That's what it's for. Pay-per-view.
Oh, PPV pay-per-view. Okay.
If the fans don't support you, that's where you lose out. And what's going on in UFC? They got, it's like a one big company. Boxing is like global. It got multiple different companies. Like why the UFC guys don't fight Bellator guys? Why the UFC guys don't fight UFC 1? We don't say that about the UFC.
And
the one championship one, right? Because I know it's a lot of good guys in championship 1. What's some guy? Mighty Mouse got destroyed in his first fight there. So, but we don't never say that. But it's different companies in boxing that we ask them to
UFC is
fight
the only
each
one
other.
that doesn't cross promote. Bellator fighters has fought ONE FC and Rising FC over there in Russia. They fought fighters from their company. They cross promote all the time. It's just Dana White is not going to do that because he got burned years ago, back when Pride Championship was a thing. When he sent, they had a deal. They were going to send Chuck Liddell over there to fight Rampage, which they did. And this was when Chuck Liddell was still Chuck Liddell. He went over there, got knocked out by Rampage Jackson. And the people who were running Pride, they were supposed to send like Vanderlei Silva back over here to fight somebody. It was either Vanderlei Silva or Shogun Rua. They were supposed to send them back over here to fight somebody in the UFC, and they never did. So Dana White doesn't cross promote anymore.
And I think they do that in boxing too. Like they just want to keep it in house because they get all the money. So pretty much
Don King, I'm gonna walk out with the winner.
Yeah, and that's what happened. And that's why I think that Heyman is doing. Like I think the fighters want to fight each other, but if you're not getting paid, like if the big fight's gonna happen, like if it's the number 1, number 2 fighter, they want to get paid big money, but the fans might not support them, so they might not have an audience as a Canelo or anybody that just you get what I'm saying. They might not have that core audience, so it's hard to make those fights happen if you don't have that audience. And they want to get paid $3 or $4, $5, $6 million. I do too, because you get hit in the head. But where's the money gonna come from?
Man, I'll say this:
majority of the money come from pay-per-view, but pay-per-view is dead now. Canelo Alvarez.
It's only 1 or 2 fights that's really should be on pay-per-view, man. We've been lied to and said this is a pay-per-view fight. No. Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford
is a pay-per-view fight.
Yeah, that's it coming down the pipes, man. That's it.
And whoever Deontay
Wilder
Wilder
fight. What if it's not though? Let's just say if it do less than $200,000. Let's just say that, for example, hypothetically, we don't know how much it's gonna do. I don't think it's gonna do $500,000 like Canelo, because they more of a bigger name. They support them off their
I get
their names. GGG, Canelo. just like Odell Beckham would never come to Jacksonville. I'm a Jaguar fan. Odell Beckham would never come to Jacksonville because he can't market himself like he's supposed to, you know.
And that's why he
Just
played
like
his best when he was in New York and LA.
yeah,
He
it's
didn't
like
play
they
well
go
when he
where
went to
like
Cleveland because he didn't want to be there.
be there, yeah. And it's just like in boxing, if your name, if you don't have a marketable name, you know, it's just tough, you know. And that's how HBO went out of business because it's like after Floyd left or something like that, that's when they went down. Like, you know.
No, it went
But I
down
miss
when they started trying to prop up Triple G and the Klitschko's. Those were only fighters they really cared about promoting. They didn't care about promoting a lot of the younger fighters coming up. All they cared about was Triple G and the Klitschko's and Canelo.
And most of their audience were overseas, and that's what happened. And most of their art, like Klitschko brothers and all them, and you get what I'm saying. They weren't making no money off that.
There's only so many fights you can put on in fucking Dusseldorf, Germany, before fans say, "Oh, God, what the fuck," you know.
Mm-hmm. But that's the problem with boxers. Like, how can you? Because the majority of the money, if you want to make a lot of money, you know, the fans got to love you because people supported Tyson. They ain't give who he fought. They ain't give a fuck who that nigga fought.
But that's
you know, Peter McNeely.
All they got to do is fight. Like for example,
Peter McNeely, he did 1 million pay-per-view with Peter. He did 1 million with Roy Jones actually too. Go look it up. He did 1.2 million with Roy Jones, and both of them are washed. See that's what tells you that your name got to be marketed well. Like your name, you almost have to fight bomb, like, and then build yourself up to be a knockout artist, and then fight the other guy. Yeah, that's how you got to do to build up the stuff. Basically.
I think we're lying to ourselves a little bit. I think we overvalued the losses, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think 154 and like 122 and 126. If those guys just fought each other, it would have been great for boxing. They just got to fight. I don't think we would have cared if Tony Harrison lost to Erickson Lubin after he lost to Charlo, and then J-Rock went and fought Harrison or Lubin.
Yeah, I agree.
Or Fundora, or you know, like it don't.
Yeah, certain fighters if they lose.
Yeah, nobody would have cared.
I agree. Like Lomachenko
look at the 90s. How many times did Barrera, Morales, and Pacquiao and Marquez beat the hell out of each other? Nobody cares how many times they lost.
Every fucking weekend they were fighting.
They beat the hell out of each other, man, and nobody cared how many times they lost.
Right, just want to be in.
But why people turned on Broner then? Why people like? I agree with that, but the Mexican fans, they don't care about that. Like if a black fighter lose, they'll be like, "Oh, he's a fraud." He's like they doing Deontay Wilder. It's like certain fighters can't lose; they have to maintain their until they basically. Deontay Wilder. I'm not talking about back in the day, yes, but now.
I think Deontay
they talking about old Wilder got he was a fraud. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he was getting respect, but that's respect because he got bashed in.
No, I disagree, man.
They ain't giving him respect. They talking about he was a fraud.
I mean, he might have lost some frosting off the top of the cake, but he ain't. Deontay Wilder.
But you get what I'm saying? I'm talking about in the general audience. I'm talking about like.
Yeah, he lost a percentage of his fans. He did.
I'm still a fan. I'm not saying you get what I'm saying.
No,
but certain fighters can't lose because their image is just the whole apocalypse collapses.
Yeah, but
like certain fighters, they can't lose. You know, if Floyd would have got knocked out early in his career, he wouldn't have been pretty well because they would have been like, "Oh, he got knocked out." Right? They could have lose that loss. You get what I'm saying? Certain fighters can't really lose. Mm-hmm. You know. Are they at their whole image and their whole platform collapses?
Right. It's all about the mystique. If you selling the mystique and not the skills, then yes, a loss matters. But if you sell the skills, like you should, you know, a loss shouldn't matter if you're facing another top level fighter. That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Eventually, somebody's gonna get you, unless you're a handful of fighters that have fought on this planet. But eventually, somebody's gonna get you. Eventually, somebody's gonna find their burning forest. You know, it's somebody out there for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But unless you're Floyd Mayweather or, I ain't even gonna go back even further than that. Or I could be a Bucci, but he got himself.
Yeah, that motherfucker sold crack, right?
I think he killed somebody, didn't he?
Oh, he killed somebody. So I know he was in the drug game.
He killed somebody. Yeah, I think he got out recently too.
Oh, did he? Yeah, he'll make.
Yeah, I think he got out recently.
He'll be fighting.
Hey, you ever heard of this fighter? He fought from a prison. His name was, I forgot what his name, Charles James or something like that. He fought. They actually taped the thing out of a prison. I forgot the guy's name.
Yeah, Murad Muhammad was the promoter. That was HBO started a long time ago, I think. Yeah.
That was crazy. I was like, what?
Yeah,
I ain't never
HBO shot it from the prison.
You think they should do that again? It's probably not that many boxes.
Nah, they ain't.
Hell no. But in this world
I was
we
like,
live
what
in
is
today,
this? I'm like,
if we live the world we live in today, somebody will buy it.
Yeah, somebody would, but it won't be in numbers.
Nah, definitely not.
I think boxing is in I would know. I'm gonna say, especially on the PBC side, they're in a precarious position where they have to make the fights. And I think Al just needs to get the fuck out the way and stop micromanaging and let these guys fight. He has the talent because James Scott, that's the man's name.
James Scott.
Yeah, he's gonna age out his entire roster. And then they're gonna be looking like Abner Mares.
Damn, Fred.
No, I'm serious. I mean, Abner Mares meaning like Abner Mares should just retire. Like his best days are behind him. And
yeah, I mean, he put up a good fight for somebody coming off of like a 4-year layoff, but we see you ain't got the goods no more, man. It's okay.
Yeah, but that's gonna be
everybody don't get to go out how they want to.
Right.
But this is the last thing I'm gonna say, Fred, before I get out of here, man. Appreciate you for letting me come on.
Oh,
Gut feeling, right? I think after this current contract is up, I think Devin re-ups with Top Rank. I really do.
You're gonna have to.
I really do.
You're gonna have to. There's no other way. Where else are you gonna go?
Exactly.
PBC's not hiring.
Well, not necessarily that. I'm just looking at the way Devin has been moving in his career. He wants the best fights. And I think the majority of the best 40 pounders in the world are over at Top Rank. Yeah. Other than probably Pro Gray and Gary Antoine Russell and Subriel Matias and Hermelin Ponce, I think the rest of those guys are all over there with Top Rank. If he really still wants Tio, that fight can happen if he stays with Top Rank. I think he signs like another 2 or 3 fight deal with Top Rank after this. But that's just a gut feeling, man. Everybody have a happy Sunday, the 15 minutes that's left in it in my time anyway. The little time that's left in Sunday. Huh?
But how would you think Devin to do against
DJ give his closing remarks, man?
No, that was it, man. Y'all have a good day.
I'm gonna ask him a question.
Appreciate you. Thanks, DJ.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Last question, Troy. What's up before I close the show? What's up?
But yeah, I was asking, how do you think that Devin to do against like the top 5 guys, like Taylor, Josh Taylor, Regis Porter?
At 140?
Yeah. You think he beat them?
He's an underdog. He's an underdog. I would have him the underdog against a guy like Josh Taylor.
But how he gonna keep him off? That's what I'm worried about. That how he gonna keep him off him?
I would have him. He would have some difficulty with Josh Taylor. Who else is up there? I think him and Tio is a very entertaining fight. I don't know who wins that fight. I will. That's a good fight. Tiafimo and Devin, that's a really good fight. I think he'll have some problems with like Pro Gray, stuff like that. But everybody else, I think he can do well with.
And Gary Russell brother too. I think that. I don't know if he got. You think he gonna keep him off him?
Honestly, you want me to be honest with you?
Man, that.
I think Gary Russell's brother.
I don't think he can.
I mean, this is all hypothetical now. He'll
outbox him, but until he get,
I think Gary Russell.
You think he'll get ran through?
He's a problem for everybody. But because he's always in a line of fire, he has a chance to lose as well because he's such an aggressive fighter that he's in a
Yeah.
line of fire. But he's great for TV. I
But
think
he could probably lose to like somebody that has his like that can punch. Like you get what I'm saying?
yeah, you got to
He
be able to.
probably
Yeah, you got to.
you got to keep something. You got to keep him. You got to have something to keep him off. Because that other fight, last fight, it was a difficult fight for Russell against. I forgot that guy.
Rancis.
Against the
Rancis is awkward though. Rancis has always been an awkward fighter, but he gonna mow you down. I think he's competitive against anybody. I would have him an underdog for Josh Taylor, and I would have him in great fights against boxers like Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. I would have those like 50-50 fights. You know, 50 because I mean Devin is really good, man. Devin just don't have the pop that we desire, but he has a great understanding of that ring, and I think his IQ is really high. Because he doesn't knock people out and stuff like that, people think he just get ran over. Devin ain't getting ran over, y'all. It's just their strengths are his weaknesses. So you think, oh man, boxing ain't like that, man. Like where you just get run over. You know, Devin's gonna be punching back and moving and using the entire ring.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not like that. It's like in the NFL, man. They gonna run the ball to death down your pipe. Well, the other team is passing. They gonna score touchdowns too. You know, so it's one of them. Devin would have to be in shape against like a Regis Prograis or a Josh Taylor. I think those type of fighters, like a Josh Taylor, who's kind of complete. He's kind of a complete fighter, but his last 3 fights, it looks like he has
he look like he's struggling to make the weight because he'll pretty start to, but I think he's too small for 140. He'll get stopped by Boots and all the other dudes.
He'll never fight Boots, but at 140, he's a hell of a fighter. I've always been high on Josh Taylor in terms of his skill set, especially when I saw him fight in those championship stuff for the Muhammad Ali trophy.
They said they said he lost to some other guy. I ain't watch it yet.
Oh, Catterall, he lost.
Yeah. But the other guy, Catterall, he sparred against. I think he's. Yeah,
I would say he lost that fight, and but Josh Taylor is a hell of a fighter. He's good.
But they say Catterall used to spar in the Mayweather gym. He used to spar.
Maybe he has. I don't know. But we got to keep.
They said.
But now we got to put the pressure on Bob. Now Bob got to make these fights, and I'm gonna do my part. Bob got to make. We'll find out in October. Maybe Devin to be in New York, and they'll announce that fight that night. And but Bob got the juice now, man. He got.
So what you think he gonna do? Because he either got to put, because he probably feel like Lomachenko probably gonna be going out the door soon. So he probably might put Shakur versus Loma or Devin versus Loma.
Yeah, but Lomachenko
and he can cash out.
But he's still a hell of a fighter. So it's not. He got the juice.
He probably gonna be fighting till he in his 40s probably, because I think he good enough to fight that long. Loma.
I mean, if Loma loses to Devin, there's no shame in it. He's still a hell of a fighter. We still gonna view him as a hell of a fighter, you know, and vice versa. If Devin loses to Loma, it's no shame in that. I'm not gonna say, oh, Devin is he's a hell of a fighter. He went 12 rounds with Lomachenko and lost by split decision. That's a hell of a fighter, you know. And the same goes for Shakur Stevenson. Win or lose, you know, those are. I mean, if you look at it, Shakur literally outclassed 130. The best guys at 130 were like C+ fighters to him.
Yeah, he looked good. He made, and sometimes people get confused with it. Sometimes, they say, he facing bums or Floyd facing bums, but they made great fighters look like that.
Yeah,
and that's what makes people not give like people like Shakur credit, Devin or Floyd and Ward. You know what I'm saying? Because they completely outclassed the opponent, and then people make it seem like they was just trash.
Right.
No, you know, you get what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, yeah.
And that's what I hate about boxing. It's like a fighter can be so good at that.
And we got to start acknowledging great fights. We just got to acknowledge great fights, man. It's okay. It's not okay to lose, but the fans really don't care. I'm not brainwashed into saying, oh man, It's Keith Thurman's personality that I don't like. Like his sense of entitlement is too high for me. It's not that he lost. It's just that he uses me. He goes and gets a check, and when he goes broke, or when he, excuse me, let me omit that. When he feels like he needs to make more money, he'll come back.
Mhm.
If Boots lost to Spence, I still want to see Boots fight again. Like nothing changes when he lost to Spence, or vice versa. If Spence loses to Ennis, I still want to see Earl Spence fight again. He's a hell of a fighter. They just go away. I don't understand this logic that we have. You know, like it's like Robertson Canseco. Y'all just saw him fight and he lost to Oscar Valdez. And some people thought that fight was going to be closer than what it was. Like I had no problem with Robinson fighting Shakur Stevenson. I had a problem with him missing weight, you know? So, but I don't mind seeing it. Sean Porter. Everybody wants to see Sean Porter fight everybody because he's going to push him to the brink. Sean Porter got 3 or 4 losses. You don't think of Sean Porter with 3 or 4 losses. You think of a hell of a fighter, a hell of a competitor, right? Yeah, you respect him for that. You know, now that he's retired, you can see the hard work he put in to put himself in that position. And the same holds true. I didn't see no one get mad at Gabe Rosado after he lost to Triple G. He came back and fought many more fighters. He came back and fought Daniel Jacobs. Daniel Jacobs lost to Triple G, came back and fought Canelo. We didn't say, no, man, you can't fight him. He got knocked out by Purell. He came back and, you know, Purell, you know, when his grandma died, he got knocked out that week, you know? So, and he lost 2 more
What
times.
happened to, yeah, I remember that. I saw that fight. What that guy that hit him, he had to retire for something. What happened to him?
I don't know.
Not Jacob.
I don't remember. But
something like he got into an accident or something.
Probably. I don't know. I didn't follow him. But I mean, there's so many. Winky Wright. We can go through history. The guy that the African guy that beat Oscar, but they gave him the fight, you know, like I still want to see him fight. You know, Glenn Johnson is a great example. We want to see Glenn Johnson fight again. Antonio Tarver lost a couple of times, I think, you know. I mean, I don't have no problem with these guys fighting. Man, I wish I can get a good fight every Saturday. I'll be honest with you. Or every other Saturday. He injured his spine disc, someone said. Yeah. But James Toney probably lost 7 times, right? 6, 7 times. Before we got the bullshit James Toney, you know, the guy that never ran, you know, always ate, you know, before he became that, he lost 2 or 3 times. So, you know, how about that 12th round he had against that Russian? That shit was probably one of the best rounds that I've seen at that time. That was one of the better rounds that I had seen besides, you know, Sugar Ray when he knocked out Hearns in the 15th round, right? That shit was amazing, right? You know, like it's
But why do people today, like, because it's on both sides, like their favorite fighter lose, like, we'll say, oh, he was a bum or he was overrated. You know, I think now more with social media, it kind of blinds your perception, because they said when Berto Duran lost to Sugar Ray Leonard, they said nobody would talk to him, nobody would speak. He went back to where he from? Not Colombia.
No, he didn't lose. He quit.
Panama.
He quit.
He quit. Yeah, they said he went back to Panama and nobody was all on him. But then years later, the narrative changed. Now the narrative changed and said, "Oh, nobody gave up on Duran," but they did though.
Every time I see Duran, I think quitter. I don't think the best lightweight in history of the sport of boxing. I think quitter. I think no mas when you say Roberto Duran, I think no mas. You know, but maybe I'm the select few, you know, so.
But he was a good fighter. I give him credit.
So.
But what you think? Yeah. But that fight was crazy. Ray Charles was singing and stuff like that. Then he started out boxing when he just quit.
Yeah, man, that shit was pathetic. But yeah, man, Final words,
But
man.
that's how he always fought. Like he always like he
Final
didn't know
words,
what
man. What
Durant
you
he
got,
was
Troy?
gonna get.
Give me your final words, man. Give me your final words. What you got?
Yeah, man. I think that Floyd Mayweather situation is crazy. But now they talking about he fighting Manny Pacquiao.
Well, I saw a user just posted. I don't give a flying fuck. I don't give a flying fuck. Yeah, who gives
Oh,
a
for
fuck?
real? In the exhibition fight?
I don't know. It got to be exhibition. Floyd ain't training like that. Why would he?
But
Why
yeah,
would he
man.
be restricted?
That was a crazy situation with the
Man,
Flowers.
give
But
me your
I know
final
people that
words, man. No, give me your final words. That's it. We ain't about to start no new
yeah, I was
conversation.
just saying with that situation, the Flowers and stuff like that. I don't know about that, man. That was crazy, but I just think that he should quit and just start going to boxing. You know, just invest in boxing and stuff like that. Invest in like he said he was going to invest in homelessness too. They said.
Well, we'll see.
It,
See you tomorrow.
I think he did invest in homeless and stuff. He gave to the homeless.
See you
and stuff like
tomorrow, Troy. You see, you go. See you tomorrow, dog. I appreciate you
that. All
coming
right,
through.
man. You too.
All
All right, you
peace.
too, bro.
All right, thank you, dog. Yep. Yeah, man. I appreciate you guys coming tonight, man. And I'm not opposed to these guys fighting. I think Al got so much fucking talent. And you notice when I was interviewing Bob said I got 200 fighters too. You know, I was like, do you? And he got 70 on this. He got 70 on his website. So that means, and you know, he got some of Frank Warren's guys and some of these Mexican fighters over there, and you know, so he got well over 100 fighters because all those co-promotional deals too. So, but man, when you look at the landscape of boxing, man, I'm hoping Al gets his shit together. I ain't lying. It's sad, man, when you look at the landscape of boxing, these guys ain't fighting. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I want to see Johnny Rice fight again. I'm just saying. I really want to see Johnny Rice fight again. He became one of my favorite fighters, man. He said, I want to go have a baby. I want to go get married. I was like, this guy is cool, man, you know, and I wish him well, man. He's yeah, so Bob is gonna make that Shakur Stevenson Devin Haney fight. I don't know when, but he's gonna have to make it, you know, and it's on a 2-year plan, definitely, but it's gonna happen. And Devin Haney's gonna re-up with Top Rank, and the same people that called me a coon for interviewing Bob, I want to see y'all call Devin Haney a coon for signing. Oh, but you can't. But you can't do that. You can't do that because, you know, you won't get no Devin Haney interviews or no Bill Haney interviews, right? But I'm the cool for interviewing him. Man, I totally appreciate y'all coming through, man. Oh, man. And Dre gave me this. I don't know if I got cold or what, but I got it from Dre. You know what I mean? And I made it through this show, though. I tell you that much. Hey, Lincoln went to his first air show today, man. He's so excited. He's flying. I can see him flying the plane around the house. Yeah, shoo, shoo, shoo. So, yeah, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Hey, Jerry, I was expecting you to call in. Call in tomorrow, Jerry. Come say what's up to me, man. You know what I mean? You always add sugar and spice to the show, man. But appreciate you guys, man. Fred, go to bed. I made it through this show, man. I had the sniffles, man. Dre gave me the sniffles. I made it through it. I know we gon' off beat. Yeah, man. Lincoln, cool, man. I've never been to an air show. Dre took him. Dre and Grandma. I'm gonna take him to the next one though. The show. Tag me if you take your kids somewhere, man. Tag me online, man. I want to spread that fatherhood mission statement, man. You know, you can still go to the strip club. It's legal. You can still smoke your weed. It's legal. But I want the world to see us as fathers, man. You know? I think that's important. Hey, things you gotta do. Hey. Hey, Champion Heart, how's the mentorship coming? We'll talk about it Tuesday though. Let us know how you're doing with the mentorship with the kids, man. That'll be dope. And anybody else mentoring out there, man? Let's oh, you used to go all the time. It's a lot of space out there, man. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna take Lincoln next time. It would have been dope if it was in Vegas, man. I would have loved the you know whose show I want to do live? I want to do the boxing show live. I want to do their show in Vegas. I really do. So I want to do that show. So hopefully next time I'm in Vegas, I get to do that show. You know, I think they do good stuff over there. Yeah, we can talk about it on Tuesday, man. Appreciate it. Hey, KB, I appreciate you, man. Thank you, dog. KB's gonna lose 2 pounds this week. If you got 2 pounds to lose, I don't know. Yep, I'll be at the gym first thing in the morning. Kids don't have school tomorrow. So that means I could run 6 o'clock in the morning. Oh man. Hey, ain't nothing like running in the morning, dog. Oh my God. The air tastes good in the morning. Like that damp. Well, I don't really have damp air anymore because I don't live close to the beach anymore. But if you live close to the beach or water or a lake and you run in the morning, the great reveal coming soon. I love it. Hey, let me tell you something. You can taste the fresh air, man. Yo, I'm more inland now, so I don't have that. You know what I mean? But, man, if you live by water and you're not running in the morning, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Y'all crazy. Woo! Love y'all, man. Somebody go running in the morning, man. Tag me. Holla at y'all tomorrow, y'all. Peace.